Canola oil, often promoted as a heart-healthy choice and a staple in countless kitchens worldwide, has become a subject of increasing scrutiny. Beneath the surface of its widespread popularity lies a series of concerns that challenge the notion that it's truly a healthy oil. To understand why canola oil has earned such a controversial reputation, it's important to look beyond marketing claims and consider the facts about its origins, manufacturing processes, and chemical composition. Canola oil comes from the seeds of the canola plant, a genetically modified version of the rapeseed. The very name canola stands for Canadian oil, low acid, highlighting how it was developed to contain lower levels of erucic acid, a compound found in traditional rapeseed oil that's linked to adverse effects on heart health. While modern canola varieties do contain a little less erucic acid, trace amounts still persist. Studies have shown that consuming even relatively modest levels of erucic acid over time may negatively impact cardiovascular health, particularly in individuals sensitive to these types of fatty acids. This means that even with slightly improved breeding, canola oil isn't entirely free from the risks associated with its ancestral plant. But the health debate doesn't end with erucic acid. The journey from rapeseed to the clear, pale yellow oil on store shelves involves an extensive and arguably harsh refining process. After the seeds are harvested, they are pressed and subjected to solvent extraction. The most common solvent used is hexane, a chemical that efficiently removes oil from the crushed seeds but is not something you'd want lingering in your food. Next comes bleaching, a step designed to remove color and impurities. This bleaching process is intense, stripping the oil of natural pigments, beneficial antioxidants, and micronutrients. In fact, the level of bleaching required for canola oil surpasses what is used for white sugar, raising questions about just how much of its natural goodness survives the journey to your table. The truth is very ugly. Canola oil is far worse than you might have known. The caloric intake is very high, and it contains lots of chemicals and fats a man should not be consuming at all. Perhaps most concerning, however, is the hydrogenation and high heat deodorization that canola oil undergoes. These stages are intended to neutralize odors and improve shelf life, but they come at a significant cost. During deodorization, the oil is exposed to extremely high temperatures. Scientific research indicates that these conditions can trigger the conversion of relatively better unsaturated fats into the fearsome trans fats, compounds well known for their association with increased risk of heart disease, inflammation, and other chronic conditions. While the trans fat content in canola oil is lower than that found in other types of partially hydrogenated oils, the amount is still notable. It's easy to overlook these trace levels, but when canola oil is used as the primary cooking oil in restaurants and fast food chains, the cumulative effect can add up quickly. Fast food meals, often fried or cooked in canola oil, may deliver much more trans fat per serving than you might expect, inching you closer to, and sometimes beyond, recommended daily limits. Trans fats are known as the most dangerous compound on Earth, albeit it is capable of causing cancer, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, fatty liver disease, obesity, diabetes, and many more. Trans fats are particularly insidious because they not only raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, but also lower HDL cholesterol, the protective and in moderation, the good kind. This double impact makes them a major culprit in the development of cardiovascular disease. The World Health Organization and other health authorities have called for the elimination of industrially produced trans fats from the global food supply. And yet, the refining methods used for canola oil continue to produce small but significant amounts. Adding to the cocktail of concerns is the possibility of trace contaminants. Specific sources have raised alarms about cadmium, a heavy metal known to be toxic to humans even in small amounts. The potential for contamination is indeed confirmed. It exists, especially given the plant's ability to absorb heavy metals from soil. Long-term exposure to cadmium can damage the kidneys, weaken bones, and even contribute to cancer risk. For consumers seeking purity and safety in their cooking oils, the possibility of cadmium is another reason to pause and reconsider. The artificiality of canola oil is also apparent in its nutritional profile. The refining process strips away nearly all natural minerals and antioxidants, leaving behind an oil that is largely devoid of the beneficial compounds found in less processed alternatives like extra virgin olive oil or cold-pressed avocado oil. What remains is a high-energy, calorie-dense substance, rich in monounsaturated fats, but lacking the micronutrients that support overall health. While canola oil does contain omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, the balance isn't ideal, and even a little excessive consumption of these fats has been linked to inflammation and other health issues. Despite these drawbacks, canola oil remains a favorite in the restaurant industry and fast food chains. Its neutral flavor, high smoke point, and low cost make it an attractive choice for large-scale cooking and frying. But the secret downside is that when you purchase takeout or eat at a fast food establishment, you're likely consuming far more canola oil, and thus more trans fats and potential contaminants than you would at home. Over time, this exposure can quietly erode your health, contributing to the prevalence of chronic diseases linked to poor dietary choices. It's important to recognize that not all fats are created equal. The narrative that all vegetable oils are healthy overlooks the critical differences in processing, composition, and impact on the body. While canola oil is often lauded for its low saturated fat content, the risks associated with its production and chemical transformation cannot be ignored. The formation of trans fats, the potential for erucic acid, the stripping away of nutrients, and the possibility of heavy metal contamination all combine to make canola oil a questionable choice, especially when compared to minimally processed oils that retain their natural antioxidants and micronutrients. For those seeking a healthier alternative, cold-pressed oils such as extra virgin olive oil, sunflower oil, or avocado oil offer a better nutritional profile and fewer processing concerns. These oils are less likely to contain trans fats, are richer in antioxidants and vitamins, and provide a more favorable balance of fatty acids. Making the switch to less processed oils can help reduce your exposure to hidden compounds and support better long-term health. In summary, while canola oil's popularity is undeniable, the truth behind its production and chemical composition should give consumers pause. From the harsh refining processes that generate trans fats and strip away essential nutrients, to the lingering questions about contaminants like cadmium and erucic acid, canola oil is far from a health food. Moderating intake and choosing less processed alternatives can make a significant difference, helping you avoid the hidden risks of this commonly used but secretly problematic oil. As with any ingredient, being informed and selective is key to protecting your health, because not everything marketed as healthy truly lives up to the label.